Good morning, happy new year. I cannot believe that we are in 2025, and because it's 2025, I'm gonna work on my intros and make sure I nail it this year. Hi, my name is Eloise. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to the channel. It is the first solo date of 2025. If you've followed this channel, then you know that solo dates have been something that I do sporadically. Actually, I do them more often, but I don't always film them, but they're one of my favorite videos to film because it is so important, and I want everyone this year to just prioritize themselves a tiny bit more. And solo dates are my version of that, and the best way to just give myself a little TLC, give myself a little bit of extra self-care and love. And today's actually a really exciting solo date. So I'm getting ready because we're going to puppy yoga. My sister and I talk about it all the time that one of us just needs to get a puppy so we can co-parent. But looking at my travel schedule, I just know that it would be so unfair to a beautiful, cute little creature that just wants love, that like I just wouldn't be here that often. But when I was home and I got to see my dogs, I was like, you guys slobber a lot and you're so cute and I love you, but like in small doses. So instead of getting a puppy, I'm gonna go to puppy yoga and just like satisfy that like puppy need. And the puppies today are wiener dogs. I want a wiener dog. If I were gonna get a dog, I would either get a Frenchie, which is what I have at home, or a wiener dog because they're just so cute and the perfect like city dogs. So that's what we're gonna do first, and then I'm gonna keep everything else a surprise. One was we're kind of just like going with the flow of the day. There's only one official plan at 4, but kind of the rest of it, we're just gonna like see where life takes us. That's what I also think is like the beauty in solo dates. So like you can't take yourself on a specific date like I am to go to puppy yoga, but you can also just kind of like take a day for yourself and just do whatever you want. So it's gonna be kind of a combination of both. My little OOTD, I got this sweater from ASOS. I also want to show you guys the new perfume. I should gatekeep it because it's so good and I'm obsessed with it, but it is a small business and I feel like it deserves the recognition. Okay, so it's from Lake and Sky and it's their 1111 fragrance. When I did my girls trip, go watch that video, I'll link it right here if you haven't, but we went to upstate New York and the owner of Innis also is the owner of Land and Sky, and it's her fragrance brand. They have a ton of other things, but it is kind of a mix like Santal, but like not. I've never smelled anything else like it. This one is the oil roller because I feel like it just lasts a tiny bit longer, but it smells so good and is so memorable, and I just felt like I needed to share that. So grabbing my bag, I've got some other little trinkets in here. Let's go put on our jacket and get to going. Surprisingly, it isn't as cold as I thought it was. I guess it wasn't that cold in Maryland either. I'm trying a new Puppysphere location. I've been to the one in Flatiron. I haven't been to the one in Brooklyn, but they just opened one that's kind of like in Seaport by the water. So I figured, you know, why not switch it up? They also don't have the same dog breeds at both. And when I was looking, I was like, wiener dogs versus like Dalmatians, wiener dogs all the way. I'm a couple minutes late because the subways were delayed. The idea and the concept of puppy yoga, I don't even want to do the yoga. I'm just gonna sit there and hope that like a puppy falls asleep on me or something so I don't actually have to like exercise. I hope I don't fall in love with one and like want to take one home. And I was trying to convince one of my other friends to go parent a dog with me because I think he really needs a dog, and we came up with a ton of really cute names. But once we get there and see the puppies, I'll share my names and see if one like calls out to me. Like, would I be surprised if I walked out with a puppy a tiny bit, but I also wouldn't be surprised at the same time because I feel like me and a little wiener dog walking around would be so cute. Okay, I think we're almost here. Okay, finished my morning of yoga and puppies. I normally never do the actual yoga component. The puppies today were really like in their own world playing with each other, so for a lot of it they were kind of just doing their own thing. It felt nice to just like stretch my body. I feel like I'm just so like my hips are tight, so it just felt nice to like get in there, get loose and limber, if you will. The puppy that was sleeping on me, I have to say, I mean, it's kind of the case with like all puppies, but sometimes I'm like, you guys are kind of ugly. And I know that's like rude to say because they're babies and like they couldn't help their genetics. Like the really long ones, I was like, you guys have a great personality, but you're just not that cute. Which I guess they're compensating for not being that cute with their great personalities. But I think if I were to get a wiener dog, it would have to be a mini one. Because those were a little bit like too long and big. And I think when they're smaller, they're a little bit cuter. So honestly, I'm leaving with like no urge whatsoever to get one of those puppies. But I did learn that the point of Puppysphere is really just to socialize the puppies, which is what I told my mom and what I thought. None of those puppies have been adopted yet. And if you want to adopt any of the puppies, then you just have to like contact them when you go do the puppy yoga, and then they'll put you in contact with the breeder. So if anyone's looking for a puppy, I kind of feel like it's a great way to get one through them because they're so socialized. And so many puppies, you have to like drive to Ohio or Pennsylvania if you like actually want them to be bred properly and not overbred. So yeah, if anyone's in the market for a puppy, check out Puppysphere. But now I'm gonna take myself out to breakfast. And I've talked to you guys about this before, but sometimes I get like hyper fixated on like certain foods, need to consume it, and or I will not stop until I consume it. And like really good pancakes have been on my list for a while now. I'm gonna go to Clinton Street Bakery, and since we're in South Seaport, I was like, Lower East Side isn't that far away. Clinton Street Bakery is in Lower East Side, and I was like, you know what? Take a nice little stroll over. It's not that far, and I'm already on the east side of Manhattan. So in my mind, I was like, it's one step closer. So I'm wearing my hair out today, which was maybe a bad choice with the puppies because they thought the curls were like a toy, but two, because I was laying flat on it, that like friction is definitely gonna cause excess frizz in my hair. But like, whatever, it's a solo date, not trying to impress anyone, so it's impress anyone but myself. So that's all that matters. I obviously was away from New York for pretty much like all of December, and I'm finally back and it's the new year. And I have to say, like, the love that I have for this city is just undescribable. And just like the fact that I can walk everywhere that I need to walk and walk by so many different types of people just makes me appreciate just this little life. I'm not even putting in my headphones because I'm just trying to be present and kind of like live in the moment. I'm just looking around, taking it all in, absorbing New York City for what it is. We're about halfway till Clinton Street Bakery. I hope there's not a line, but I'm also just one person. So even if there is a line, just like, hey, it's me, let me in. Okay, so I went to Clinton Street and I put my name down. It's about a 2-hour wait, which I guess I figured, but it's fine because I'm gonna run to a store in Soho to make a return, and it opens in 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna run home because first piece of advice in 2025, look at the weather before you walk outside. Because had I done that, I wouldn't have to go home and take off this jacket. I'm perspirating under here. Hopefully by that time, if I like take a leisurely walk, then maybe it'll be 2 hours to Clinton Street. I don't know. You know what? We're going with the flow. I have nothing to do except for at 4, so really the world is my oyster. Off we go to make returns. I attempted to go make my return. The thing that I was gonna return, they don't make it in a smaller size, so I guess I'll just go and get it tailored, which I honestly don't mind because then it fits perfectly for my body. I'm coming up across Golden Goose, and I got my manager a pair of Golden Goose sneakers for Christmas because he always just like wears really good shoes. And ever since then, I've been like, wait a second, they're kind of cute and I kind of want them. I need to like be in a different outfit so I can imagine them on me. And before anyone says anything, no, it's not the Golden Goose that looks like they've been completely and utterly destroyed. They're a different pair of Golden Goose. Like they actually, even the ones that I have at home do not look like they're destroyed at all. And I think it varies depending on like how ugly you want to go, but there are cute Golden Gooses. After Clinton Street, maybe I'll stop by Soho. Right now I need to get this jacket off me. So we're having a very different morning than I had originally planned out in terms of timing wise. You know what, it's life, you kind of just gotta roll with the punches. And if anything, I'm just getting my steps in for the day. So it's honestly a win-win. I ran home and dropped off the jacket and then just got the text that Clinton Street is ready. But the problem is they sent the text, okay, it was supposed to be 2.5 hours. They sent it basically an hour and 30 minutes in. I counted for another extra hour, but let's hope that they still let me have some pancakes. Change the outfit, and I'm just so excited for these pancakes. Okay, whenever you go out to eat, or at least like I crave sweet and savory, so I got the famous pancakes, side banana, and then also got a scramble with this insane biscuit. I can't wait to show you guys what it is, like side of avocado and some hash. Breakfast at Clinton Street. Have some thoughts. I think in terms of their pancakes are superior to Bubby's. Bubby's is like also the famous pancake spot in New York. I will say the potatoes, no seasoning whatsoever. The hot sauce is actually really good there. You also have to pay for maple syrup, which in my mind, if you're famous for your pancakes, why am I paying $2 extra for maple syrup? And they only give you like a tiny little jar. And I was curious if I would have asked for more, would it have been an additional $2? But I thought that was really interesting. And then I walked up Broadway, got more steps in, and now we're gonna go get my nails done. Oh, the train's here, gotta go. Fun little detour. I somehow ended up in Long Island, where I was on the N, and I just assumed that the entire yellow line went up the entire way. Just one, the Q's Express, and then the RW and N are just like not. No, found out the hard way. So now I'm trying to speed my little butt over to my nail salon. Normally I go to the one that's in the Lower East Side, but the girl that I want to go to, who does the really sick designs, is uptown today. And one thing about me is I hate having people wait for me. I just like feel bad, I'm wasting their time. But then I'm also hoping that maybe she's just like doing someone else's nails, and the design that I want to do is kind of intricate, so I know I'm gonna need time. So all this to say, I know it's my fault that I'm late, but that is why we are speed racing. But I guess this is also good because we haven't had a time to like chit chat, and while I'm walking, I use this time as my chit chat time. Okay, so I really wanted to go to the store that's like sells vintage furs, but they're actually closed. So I was gonna go do that with you guys, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to save that for another day. But I was like sitting on the subway and I was like, wait, have I really done that much? And then I thought about it and I was like, no. I did puppy yoga this morning. I took myself out to eat and just enjoyed that time. Now I'm getting my nails done. And one thing about me and my nails, getting my nails done is the ultimate form of self-care for me, especially when they do designs and things, because I sit there for the 2.5 to 3 hours and I just watch and I just think and I listen to music and I sometimes watch the random soap opera they're playing on the TV, but I genuinely just sit and enjoy. We have arrived at the nail salon. I'm also so excited for this nail design. I've talked about it before, but I pretty much only do Japanese gel on my nails and they've grown out so long. So Mickey, I'll put all of her info, but she is so good at designs. It is 5:44. She just finished shaping my nails, applying the Japanese gel coat thing. I say it time and time again, but how quickly your nail tech can shape your nails, I think is the most definitive thing about whether or not they're good. And all my nails look literally identical, and I can't wait for you guys to see the design that we're doing. I'm combining two different pictures that I saw, sort of taking a little bit of creative inspo and creative direction with the colors. But I feel like 2024, I was like, oh, I think I may be approaching my baddie era or whatever, but I actually think that 2024 was preparing for it, but she's coming out in 2025. And what I mean by baddie era, it's not like baddie is in like beautiful. Like baddie is a level of confidence. In my mind, when I think about entering a baddie era, I think about Alexa Demi. Like in my mind, I think she is the quintessential baddie where she's so mysterious yet so cool. Like my goal for 2025 is I want to walk into a room and have people be like, who is she? She's so cool. So it's a level of confidence, it's a level of just allure and mystery and like magnetic pull. When you see the design, maybe you'll understand, maybe you don't understand anything that I'm saying, but I think these nails are a step towards that direction. That's all I've got to say about that. Kind of crazy now that the sun just goes down so late that it's only, I guess it's 8:24, but my nails took 3-ish hours to do. Like I said, I knew that it was gonna take that long and I enjoyed every minute of it, so I'm not mad at all. I also think the way they came out is absolutely sick. I'll show you again. I know I already showed you guys earlier, but nail art to me is a form of just like self-expression, and it's so funny. We're all multifaceted. We all have like different parts of us. So you look like our fashion and like makeup and like so many different things. But for me, I feel like my nail art really just, it's like where I love and choose to express myself. I feel like my style is very minimalist and simple, and I don't really stray away from that. But where I do stray away from is when it comes to my nails. And I feel like I've gone through so many phases with my nails. I've gone through the French tip phase. I've gone through the painting it like that natural tone. And I love, like literally my nails before with that natural tone, but something about nail art. And again, as I was talking about like the baddie era, and I think the baddie era is really just like all about so much confidence that literally nothing else matters. These nails to me are a manifestation, like an actual manifestation of like what that means and like what that could be. So I am absolutely obsessed with them. I've got a ton of other ideas for nail art that I want to do. I already know what my Valentine's Day nails are going to be. Not gonna pretend and sugarcoat and act like it's not expensive. It's not one of those, oh, I'm gonna pay 60 bucks and like my nails are gonna be insane nail art. Mickey is so insanely talented and she is worth it in my opinion. Like the fact that she took 3 hours to do my nails and they came out exactly how I wanted them. She is so good. She knows how to do 3D art. She literally can do like pretty much anything. So if you guys are interested and live in New York and want to get your nails done, or if you were like come to New York and want to get your nails done by her, one, I would recommend like booking way in advance, because Mickey in particular, she owns the nail salon. There's one in the Lower East Side, and then the one that I went to today was in the Upper East Side, but she gets very, very booked. Like I make mine a month in advance. The other people there are really good at just like your basic nails, like if you're not doing design or anything like that. I don't know who else is really good at designs, but I know that Mickey, I think, is the best, and I'll put everything in the description below. But if you are interested, her name's Mickey_Nail Co, and she slays. Also, in part of entering the whole baddie era and just self-care, self-wellness solo date, when I was home, I went to the juice bar that I always went to when I was home, and just like it was right next to my Soul Cycle and just part of my routine. And I was like, you know what? Why am I spending $15 on a juice when I could make it at home? So I got these little jars so that I could make my own juices at home. And tomorrow when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to stock up on everything. If you guys have followed me on TikTok for a while, there was a time when I did a juice cleanse and I made all the juices myself, and they were all basically copycat versions of the juice cleanse that I did from the juice place back home. So they're like legit, they're good. It's an entire like daily planned out, so you get all the nutrients that you're supposed to get. I was thinking that I might do another juice cleanse at some point soon, just as like a good healthy reset. I don't think the juice cleanses are that bad. And I'm gonna tell you one thing now, if you're scared about a juice cleanse, the thing, I was never hungry. Like if anything, I was very, very full on my juice cleanse, and I worked out on it and I was fine. The thing that gets me personally, is I miss the sensation of chewing. It's not the fact that like, I think the juices are great and whatever. It's literally the fact that I sit there and I'm like, ugh, chewing would be really fun, you know? But then I also got a pack of glasses because I really am going to enter this whole health and wellness era, like going full throttle. But they're glass jars. I'll also make sure to link all of these in my Amazon. I ordered sushi because I don't feel like cooking, and this is all part of my self-care day. So I think I'm gonna go quickly take off my makeup. My hair's already in a bun, change into some sweatpants, and then watch something. So yeah, let's go wash my face. I have some new products, I think. I ordered from a new place that I've never gotten sushi before, but it had a 4.8 star rating on Uber Eats and it had over like 10,000 reviews. So I was like, okay, it looks really good. And it was $19.50 for 3 rolls. You do the math, that is absolutely insane. I got a yellowtail jalapeno and 2 tuna avocados. I did over 20,000 steps today, so you know what, your girl is hungry. And I decided instead of watching a movie, I was going to finish my vision board. I started it, I collected all of the pieces, but I just haven't put everything into one. And I feel like I need to do that. I can't like dilly-dally too long because then it just messes things up. So I really just gotta do it. And I feel like tonight's the perfect night to do this. And I also think vision boards are a great way to just hold ourselves accountable. And I'm a big visual manifester. So seeing everything that I want to achieve on like one board and just like have it in my background on my computer, on my iPad, on my phone, it's just a constant reminder of like the things that I want to do this year. One of the things that I want to do is solo travel, solo dates, but really just embrace being in my 20s and being this young and not having responsibilities, like actual responsibilities that like tie you at home, but just live life. I think last year my mom asked me like what was the happiest point of my life, or like something about 2024. And I said 2024 was the year that I truly lived, and I wholeheartedly stand by that. I want this year to be like literally anything and everything is possible. And that's always been my mindset, but to like an umph degree. The vision board is just like a tiny piece in that puzzle. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I hope that it inspires you to take yourself on a solo date. I know it can be scary, and my best friend Becca and I literally had a conversation about the different degrees of solo dates and how dinner dates sometimes seem more daunting, or like sitting at a bar by yourself, but there's so many other things that you can do that are smaller to sort of like ease into the comfortability of taking yourself on a date. I'm gonna say this in the most point blank period way. We think that we're so much more important and we play a bigger role in other people's lives, when like if you were to go to a restaurant by yourself, I promise you, no one's gonna look at you and be like, oh my God, why is that person sitting by themselves? That's so weird. And that's just like a dinner situation, but like everything else, you can kind of just do by yourself, and like, again, no one's gonna pay attention. You're gonna leave feeling so much better and connected with yourself and more in tune and more aligned. There were, let's say, somebody who said something or gave you a weird look, brush it off. So with that being said, I've got sushi to go finish and a vision board to complete. So I love you guys, happy Sunday, and I will see you next week for a new video.